Seriously, I think at this point, I can't be the only one that's like, the universe just does not want me to have a nice OBS for it. I don't know what it is. Every time this thing gets like one step closer to being like perfect and beautiful, we get kicked back down again. And unfortunately, yesterday was no exception. Well, this would have been a couple days ago by the time this video goes live, but let me just take a minute here to compose myself. If you guys remember, about a week ago, the neighbor's kid decided to do some batting practice in their side yard, which lobbed a baseball pretty much directly at the side door of my truck here. Luckily, they were able to get the dent out, and you really cannot tell at all that there was ever a dent there, except for just a little cracked paint. So I'm like, all right, considering all that just happened, like, we got a pretty good fix out of that, and it's no big deal. We didn't end up having to repaint the whole door, which thank God, because this paint, being that it's a custom mix that we did, plus I don't know if you guys can see it right now, depending on where the sun is, the pearl flake that's on top of it, like trying to match that light pearl on like one door. Then I'm like, all right, well, let's get this bad boy scheduled up. We get the beautiful Line-X bed liner put in. Beautiful. They did an amazing job over at San Diego Line-X. Huge thank you to them. And before we jump into the bad news, I want to talk about where we stopped the edge on the bed liner. There's a reason I stopped it up as high as I did. The old school way of doing it is everybody rolls it over this edge because, you know, the older trucks didn't have that big plastic cap like our newer trucks have. I actually prefer the plastic cap, but you can see when you roll it down that edge from the side of the truck, you actually see a lot of black there, which I didn't want to see on this truck. I wanted to see, you know, the least amount of black possible. So we kept it up on that top edge. He did go extra thick on it for me. That way if I do put my toolbox back up on the edge or anything really beats up this side, it'll now be able to really take that beating, being that it's over 1/8 of an inch thick there. So anyways, after I left Line-X, you know, a lot of you guys were giving me crap in the video for saying, he just told you not to close the tailgate, and then you closed the tailgate when you drove off. But obviously, I'd rather drive with the tailgate up than it's sitting here bouncing around and risk damaging the underside of the tailgate, which is where the paint is. That being said, on this truck, the actual tailgate Line-X does not touch the Line-X of the bed, like just the way that this is designed. They don't actually make contact like the newer trucks. They don't seal as well. So there was really no issue. Plus, Line-X dries in 3 to 5 seconds, and the top coat dries in like 30 to 45 minutes. So we were pretty much dried, but they like you to leave the tailgate down overnight and just let everything cure. So, of course, when I get to the warehouse, I park in front of the warehouse, put the tailgate down, and I'm like, man, I really don't like leaving the tailgate down. Like, that just seems like a bad idea. So Jake showed up, picked up his truck. We go take it for a test drive. We get back, and I get a phone call from a number I don't recognize. The guy's like, hey, man, this is David. I work over at so-and-so, which is a building right next to us. He's like, I just wanted to let you know, man, I was pulling out of a parking spot, and I hit your truck. No, dude. I was like, David, I don't know you, but tell me you're just prank calling me right now. And he's like, no, man, I feel real bad. I hate your truck. He's like, just so you know, like, it doesn't look like there's any damage on your truck, but my car's kind of messed up. So I come outside. David has his car parked back in the parking spot directly behind me, and I can see there's some damage on his trunk lid and on his bumper. And then I come out and I see my tailgate down, you know, which you would assume like this is probably where he would hit. And I didn't see any damage on the brand new Line-X, and I'm like, okay, maybe we're good. We're good. And he's like, yeah, man, looks like there's no damage. And I'm like, well, you know, we should probably close the tailgate before we go any further with that statement. And, well, as you guys can see, we now have an entire tailgate full of scrapes, and there's a couple little ripples in the paint that I know are going to be hard to show up on camera. Just scraped all up and down. Somehow he missed the emblem there. He managed to gouge and beat up the bumper cap. Took off some of the paint on the bottom of the bumper. Now, mind you, this is just a temporary bumper until we come up with another solution, so it's not like I was super mad about the bumper. It's more so all of the gray paint, which again, I'm sure this doesn't look as bad on camera as it does in person, but all of these are deep scratches. Some of these could probably be buffed out, but it would never be like new. You can see that one's obviously well beyond the clear coat. Some of these are down into the primer. And that's why I so abruptly ended the last video that we posted, because I was just like what now? Like, what? I don't know. So the good thing was, number one, this could have been a hit and run. Obviously, this happens in parking lots all the time, and most people don't stop. So I do give him credit for stopping. I think I gave him a little more credit than I should have, because he somehow found my number. So I thought he hit my truck, went knocking door to door. But it turns out my neighbor, Bonnie, so Bonnie, if you're watching this, I appreciate you. She works 2 doors down from us, came running outside when she heard. And I think she's the one that kind of forced him into calling me, because she had my phone number. So I see he has Geico, and I'm like, oh, great. This is going to be a battle. So yesterday I went over to the Geico claims adjuster and we got everything squared away, everything that it's going to take to replace and finish, or not replace, but to refinish the tailgate. I tried to get a new bumper out of it. They didn't want to give me a bumper, so they're going to give me a bumper cap plus repaint the bumper, which also leads to this brand new Line-X job that I have here, being that currently the paint wraps up underneath the Line-X, which means the clear coat also wraps up underneath the Line-X. Now I'm going to talk to Josh over at California Auto Works to see how he wants to do it. But right now what I like about it is the clear coat is sealed up under the Line-X, whereas if we just mask the Line-X and respray it, now you have a clear coat edge that is exposed. Now that could be trivial and mean nothing, but to me that seems like a weak point. So Geico also quoted me to, I don't even know how you strip bed liner, but strip the tailgate and re-bedline it, which thankfully everything's brand new, so it will match because it's brand new. But literally the day it got done, it now technically needs to get redone. So right now, here's the other inconvenience. I got to go out, clean all the stuff out of the Ford that I need, and transfer it over to the LLY. But on the brighter side, we did get all of the flag decals back in stock, including the Mexican flag decals that everybody has been waiting for. So I'm hoping by the time this video goes live, they're not sold out again. But just in case, you might want to go check them out right now. I'll put a link somewhere on the screen. All right, let's get on the road. Tell me that's not the smallest roll-off dumpster you've ever seen. I didn't even know they made them that small. I mean, at that point, it's kind of the same size as one of the ones that you pick up with the forks. All right, we have made it. Ooh, look at that Chevy right there. What's up, dude?
Brother. How you doing? Can't visit me?
Bro, you got some cool stuff in here right now, dude.
Oh man, can you believe that?
Yeah, look at all this stuff we got going over here. What is that, a Scout?
Yeah.
This thing's sick.
Yeah.
See, I always wondered how many times that happens when these guys are stuffing these big wheels in these fenders, but apparently it happens.
All the time.
Right. This thing's rad. These things are little death traps, though. Brings you back to the home improvement days. Little Tim the Toolman Taylor would love this thing.
Yeah,
Well, just hear how that opens. Like, that's
solid.
Yeah, whoever did that, that's quality right there. Yeah. This thing's rad, dude.
Oh, good hot rod right here. This is Troy Ladd. This is his build.
Is it? I want to see this thing, though.
Dude, the Chevelle's sick.
I've been following this thing on Instagram. So if you guys aren't already following California Auto Works on Instagram, make sure you do, because you can keep up with cool builds. Like we got this beautiful Chevelle in here.
This is self-made, you know, Miguel.
So self-made training facility, if you guys don't know. And shoot, I think he's got a bunch of stuff now, right? Dude, this thing is insane. So clean. I love it. I love the shifter, everything like that.
Yeah. Little oops on the shifter.
And then this is all painted. There ain't no decal work, no nothing, right?
Yeah, all pinstripes, silver leads. My boy Malik's hooked that up.
That looks sick, dude.
He came out for me and just did shit freehand for me.
That's next level. See, everybody's putting decals on their stuff. You guys want to step the game up, you have somebody actually paint your window.
Yeah, hand paint right there.
That's crazy. All the pinstriping, everything's all done.
Yeah, you can't feel it. You know.
Oh yeah, everything's underneath the clear. I love that.
Yeah, locked it in. Got one there. I already shot this one.
Look at that. Isn't it weird like that? I mean, construction's the same way. Like all of a sudden you'll get the same type of jobs over and over again. So now you just get a ton of whoa.
Yeah, so we just shot this, buried it with clear, so we could kind of knock this. We're gonna go ahead and go round 2 on the clear. That way you don't feel none of this stuff. So it takes a.
Dude, this paint scheme is sick, dude.
Yeah, I thought it would have been sick. We like kind of give it like a new look.
No, I like it, dude. Yeah, it almost looks like it's off a new Camaro or something.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's got that new look style.
New look, old school kind of touch.
I like it. I mean, just the littlest things, like instead of going straight, throwing that little line in there.
Curve,
yeah, I like it.
So we're gonna go round 2 on the clear. We're gonna go ahead and sand everything down with 800.
Gotcha.
Let it clean all up. Just do a beautiful final coat.
30-inch 4G autos. For everybody who doesn't know, this is Wes's style back before he got into trucks. He was putting 30s on stuff.
I got it tucking like all the way down to like about skirt level about here.
Really?
Yeah. So it's tubbed inside and just fucking. I went ahead and sliced this open and moved this over so you can get this factory when we're done.
I like that
factory touch.
Yeah.
And then it's 122 inches on a Caprice from center hub to hub. So we went ahead and minus 3 inches and pulled this out and centered the rim with the rear end.
Gotcha.
So you got center point.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be like sick. We're not doing no 5/8 wheel spacers. We cut the chassis. We're not running none of that. We got everything to tub and cut and fit and.
Nice. Yeah. All in factory locations.
Yeah,
I love it.
All factory spec.
What's up with this?
Can't dig it. Yep.
How do you do it?
Push it. Push it.
Which side?
Right here. Push it in, and grab the lever, and open the door.
Look at that. That's the new thing too, huh? I've
seen
that a lot lately.
Yeah, it can't dig it.
Ooh. LSX in it?
Yeah, he stuffed it.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, can put a supercharger on it too. So.
See, this is like, if I was gonna go in the car world, it would have to be something along like these lines right here. Oh yeah, LS2.
So he's in.
I like that it's all red in here too.
Yeah, so we kept everything on this one full red underneath. There was a frame off. I told Miguel, and we both kind of said, let's do all white outside, red stripe, give it an accent, and keep it all red inside and just see what it looked like.
Yeah,
I like it.
Sweet. All right, you ready to see my mess?
Let's do it.
Probably never want to see him come back like this, because this is your hard work too that got messed up.
Oh man, it's always hard to like recreate something that was great.
You
know?
Oh, it's the worst because it's never the same. It'll never be the same.
It's like that moment you're in the booth and it's like you're just that one special night and you're in there and you lay this masterpiece and then like something happens and like you got to recreate it and it's like you can't give it less.
Good news is it's on the one panel that has the least other color touching it. So matching it's going to be easiest.
Super easy on the tailgate.
So, I mean, you can see we got, I mean, a lot of it might buff out, but
for sure, yeah.
I mean, some of them get pretty deep to where I imagine we're just respraying it.
Yeah, we'll water sand it down and just clean it.
So one thing I want to know, and I want your professional opinion on, should we strip the Line X and go underneath it so the clear is underneath?
Fortunately, that's probably the best way.
I know.
Right.
It literally, this happened the day it got Line X'd.
Dude, it looks so fresh
Yeah,
too.
it's brand new.
I mean, I feel so like...
Literally got Line X 2 days ago. Yeah.
Dude, it looks so pretty.
This is where the baseball hit. Figure while we're here, I don't know if you can do this. See that crack in the paint right there?
Yep.
Can we just clear over that and then kind of blend it back in? Is that possible? I just want to seal it because I don't want water getting in there and then all of a sudden it starts to flake off.
Well, definitely when we put the clear, it's going to lock it down, but to get rid of that spider crack, it's not going to get rid of it.
I like literally, if you don't point it out to anybody, nobody would notice it.
Yeah, honestly?
So I'd rather just clear over it, not try and get rid of it because I know you're going to open a can of worms by the time you're trying to match paint on the door.
Yeah, I mean, on this one, unfortunately, if I were to paint, we'll go into 2 doors.
Yeah, so it's not even worth painting that whole stretch. I'd rather, if we can just dab on some clear wet sand it.
I'll definitely lock it in.
Yeah, that's all I need.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Think we should get hot rod like that back there, or should we get a big old beast like
that booger right there? I could totally see Wes driving this thing around. It'd look good in the neighborhood if he'd fit in there. Chris and Wes side by side.
Let's see if I fit down in here.
Yeah, it should be hooked up to move it back.
All right, we'll use your cup holder for a second. Right, hold on. All right, it's custom right here. Dude, it's 95 degrees today out here.
I can't believe it.
That's crazy. I don't know how people drive these things. The mirrors are about that big. Can't even use them. We should put some tow mirrors on this thing, dude. That'd be rad.
Look like a monster truck slam.
I personally prefer the F-150 over these Rams.
Yeah, these look like the older Rams.
They are. So that's why I recommend that one.
We'll do this one. It's got the screen and everything. That's better. I'll take this one.
Cool.
This one works for me.
Daniel's gonna be.
All right, guys. Well, I guess Geico hooked us up here with a F-150. I was hoping we would get a nicer truck. They did have a new Silverado, a 2019 or 2020 Silverado sitting right there, but that one was already spoken for. I was expecting leather. The last time I came up here, I rented a GMC or a Chevy Traverse, and that thing was like really nice inside. This one, we got a big old bench seat up front. I'm not a bench seat fan. At least we do get the screen. Dang. We don't even get push button start. We got the work truck version. Oh man, all right. We definitely got to add a device. It's going to be a long trip.
Search for your vehicle on your device and select it once it is found.
I got to say, you guys know I'm looking for a new F450 eventually, soon, hopefully, one day. But something about like Ford's infotainment system, the button, like there's just a cheap feel to it. I don't know what it is, I don't know why, but to me it just seems cheap. Now I'm not in the most luxurious version, but still, something about all the buttons, everything like the just giant oversized plastic stuff just feels cheap to me. Oh man, well, after what seemed like an eternity in traffic, We're finally back to the scene of the crime of where my truck was hit.
We are back in the LOY as well. I couldn't do the Ford anymore, guys. I had to switch it up to the LOY.
I mean, I didn't actually hate the F-150. I gotta give them credit. Got great fuel mileage. We made it all the way back on less than a quarter tank. The 10-speed transmission was cool. Didn't feel like it shifted weird at all. So we're back at the warehouse. We're waiting on a special guest to show up. He hasn't been on the channel in a very, very long time. And I haven't seen him in a long time. I think since his wedding. So I'm excited. He should be here any minute.
Oh!
Gee, man, why are you scaring me like that?
This is not our special guest. Chris, you're not our special guest.
Oh, man.
Can we show what you just picked up or no? Secret? Ah, come on, let's go show him.
We'll show him when Wes gets here. He knows what he's talking about.
Oh, you don't know what it is? All right.
How are you, man?
Oh! Oh! Dude, the hair! Oh my God, bro, what's going on?
Yeah, man. I got my little Will Smith.
Think they can do that to me?
Yeah, of course.
Oh.
Jelly to get it going.
I'd say Chris, but we struggling a little bit up here.
Nah, that's okay, man. Hey,
Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, number 76, Avion.
thank you. How you doing, buddy? How you doing, man?
dude?
Is the NFL gonna get mad at you if you ride that?
No. It's not in my contract.
All right, we're gonna let you ride it. Hold on, we gotta find one with the seat all the way back. That's probably gonna be this one right here.
Oh, you're good. 300 is the weight limit, so you'll be all right.
Hold on, we've been coming off some injuries. What was our injuries? I know we were.
Yeah, so you guys know last year I tore my MCL. You know,
What's that? Where's that at?
So I don't know the actual name for the thing, but it's my inside muscle right here. So basically, my leg went inside like this. So like basically, think about your leg being a straight line and making an L with it. So my leg made an L shape. If it sounds disgusting, I'm sorry.
Well, didn't you do something with your bicep too?
Oh yeah, so I tore my bicep. I mean the marks are right here. So I tore my bicep. That's why I got my surgery done right here. So it's been a rough few years for me, okay?
Hey, I know how it feels. I've been dealing with a little tennis elbow.
Really?
Yeah, I think Chris's knee's a little sore too.
A little sore?
Yeah. You got a good therapist get us back in the game?
Yeah. Therapist, he's like massages it out.
All right, so just so you know, that's your gas. You press it with your thumb.
All right.
So be careful with that, and that's your brake. And just kind of go slow with it.
Let me.
Oh yeah.
All right. Seat's a little tight. All
I'm
right.
surprised you fit in that seat.
This is the gas?
That's the gas.
If he gets hurt, I'm sorry, Vikings fans.
All right, I think we need speed 4 for you.
Speed 4?
What are you doing here?
Wes got his toolbox to drop off.
And you just been like standing outside the whole time?
No, I just got here.
Oh, okay. Nice ride. Oh, you got the new wheels on the Civic?
I did.
Dang.
I know,
got
right?
the new 26s on the old Chevy, and then we got the new wheels on the Civic. Just bust a reverse 180 in your Civic. We got Civic wars going on right now. Listen.
Here.
Raced them.
Here you go. Just make sure, number one, you're far away from my LOI.
What if I just drift, though?
Nah, that's not as exciting.
A reverse 180.
A reverse
Scary.
180. You got this, dude.
No, it's not.
Yeah, you do it in front wheel drive. That's what I heard.
I'll whip this whole corner. How about that?
No, because that's coming right at our trucks.
I'll whip in the street.
You whip a 180 in the street.
I don't know about a 180.
I want to see a 180.
All right, we'll try
Let's
it.
go see a 180.
I'm gonna go forward though. I'm not going in reverse.
See, that's harder. All right, he's doing it right here.
Faster.
You gotta go a little faster.
Hold on, we're gonna do it straight.
No, but don't back up that way.
I'm coming this way.
You're gonna do a straight 180?
Yeah.
That doesn't work like that.
We'll see right now.
Yeah, we'll let Wes do it in your car.
All right,
Wes is better.
We'll try the backwards.
All right, do the backwards one again.
You almost got it. You just gotta go a little faster. Rich, more speed.
I love it.
You need Brian to show you how to drive a Civic?
I'm not doing it in mine.
All right, 90. Do it at 90.
Faster!
Man, what do you guys give it? Rate it? What do we rate it?
Like a 3.
3.
2.7. I'm saying 4.5.
I don't think the e-brake works as good as I thought.
No, you just weren't going fast enough. The e-brake worked.
'cause-
The e-brake did its job. Dang, dude, you got me a toolbox? What we get this for? 50 bucks on OfferUp? Dang, dude. Can we do it transparent copper to match my truck? And you got me a light too? Nice, dude. Thanks, buddy.
1, 2, 3.
Oh shit, it's going back, boys.
Hold on, it's gonna roll towards the truck when you get on.
I know, pick it up.
What do you got in here? Is this thing full? Oh, it's locked. Uh-oh.
You don't get to go.
I don't get to play with those tools.
All right, we're leaving. We're leaving.
Nah, he offered it. He offered it. He's a good guy, man.
Well, I don't think you're gonna fit in the backseat of this one. I hope you don't mind the LOI. Is your Uber tonight?
Oh no, I love it. It's awesome, man. Little take back to the past.
Right. All right, guys, so my battery's about to die. With that, we're going to wrap up this video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not subscribed already, please click the subscribe button now that you do not miss out on any future content. We need lights in here. Don't forget to give this video a like, a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out workforapparel.com because if there's anything you want in this life, you got to be willing to work for it. You guys are the best.
Hey, roll the outro.
Damn. Yeah.